that's enough of that. Hi everybody, welcome back to the Harmonica Barge. Today I wanted to talk about folk jams or folk sessions. So something a little bit different today. Normally giving you harmonica tips and techniques, but today's going to be mostly talking, if you don't mind that. So you might have been to a pub or a bar and seen a bunch of people playing in the corner, and it kind of looks very inclusive. They're probably playing traditional music or folk music, as we call it. It might be something else. They might be doing pop songs, who knows? But it's called a folk jam or a folk session. So a few tips to help you if you want to be a part of that and go and play with these people as a harmonica player, or really as another instrumentalist. What can you do first of all to get in there and join in? You know, so you could just go along and get out your guitar, harmonica, and just go and launch into whatever they're doing. But you might want to approach with a little bit more caution at first, especially if it's a traditional session. So get to know the session. Go along first, get a vibe of it, speak to some of the people. Is it bluegrass? Is it old-time traditional music? Is it Irish music? Do they seem like they play pop songs or any other songs? Is it quite inclusive, or does it look like there's just a band playing? So go along, maybe have a few beers, get a sense of it. Meet the host. So usually a session's run by one or two people. Often just one person might have started it, and they sort of, you know, they're the king and supreme leader of the session, if you like. If you have a chat to them, go early, maybe, you know, speak to them, see what the vibe's like at the session. Okay, so you're there with your instrument. Maybe don't play too much at first, you know, and especially perhaps listen more than play. You're there with your harmonica, you know, you go into a folk session. Especially if it's a heavily stylized session like bluegrass music, you know, they're playing, often the musicians are playing from a repertoire of songs which have been built up over the last 70 or 80 years. This session's kind of evolved, and they're playing particular songs or tunes that are heavily stylized. Often the instrumentation's going to be banjo, double bass, string instruments. If it's an English session, you might have squeeze boxes, accordions, guitars. So if you go along and you don't know the repertoire and the style that's being played, maybe approach with a little bit of caution, especially for harmonica players. If you're a blues harmonica player, if you just go steaming in. I did mention this briefly in my bluegrass session video, but this kind of applies to any jam, that going in just with open ears and really listening to what's going on around you. You know, imagine often a session can be quite big, there can be a lot of musicians. Sometimes you can't hear a lot of what's going on. It might be like a samba band, you can only hear the few people next to you. So actually just not playing so much and really listening can help you to ease in and then play better. Okay, especially if you've got a loud instrument. So this could apply if you're a guitarist with a really loud guitar, playing with a plectrum. You know, you just steaming in. If you can't hear other people playing, you might just want to ease off a little bit. So just easing yourself in there. Lots of listening. You can think of a session like a dinner party. You know, everyone's having a conversation. You want to be able to hear everyone else giving and taking. Hopefully everyone else is doing that too. So you can have a nice conversation and an enjoyable evening, or whenever you're playing. The next thing, often songs get passed round, or tunes, so you're going to be asked to play a song if it's your first session. If the people there are nice, they'll ask you to play a song or a tune. I know this sounds obvious and like common sense, but why not play something you know? Okay, so hopefully you're going to know all the lyrics, all the chords, but you'll be amazed at sessions. I run a few sessions, and I've been going to sessions for years, and my dad's been running sessions for probably a very long time, so I've been going to sessions all my life, and sometimes people will just play a song that they don't really know. You know, that even if they played it at home in their bedroom, they don't actually know the chords. So although sessions can be very inclusive to beginners and welcoming, it's also worth just going along to a session with 1 or 2 songs. Usually you might only need 1 or 2 songs that you know very well, or a song that you feel reasonably confident to sing. Hopefully then the group's going to be kind and they're going to accompany you on your journey and back you up. But it is still worth knowing that song, knowing that repertoire. The same if you go to a blues jam, even if it's an electric jam, have a couple of songs that you know well, or you're able to take a solo or to accompany other people. So being reasonably confident on at least 1 or 2 pieces is wise at first. Okay, so I hope those things help, but I'd encourage you, go along to your local session, your local jam, get to know the host, try and know the style of music. If it's a style you're not familiar with, maybe go away, learn some of those tunes, listen to that repertoire, come back and have a go and enjoy yourself making music. Thanks very much. Been here at the Harmonica Barge. If you like the videos, leave comments, subscribe, and see you very soon.